Good to go.
All right, just getting underway. That was the first shot. In our stepladder finals, we have John Hommes, the number 4 seed, going against Dan Bock, the number 3 seed. John started the match with a strike. Dan matches were all even through one. Next match will feature our number 2 seed, Mateffy, going against the winner of this match. And then our number 1 seed is Brady Stearns, waiting for the finals. Oh. 8-10 for Dan. We use the 2018 USBC double singles pattern. Just the 10 only. Dan's got 28 through 2. John stepping up in the second, working on a strike. Scores actually ended up being really high through qualifying yesterday. Little miss in. Fortunate to have just the 9, gets the 4 to fall. It was a fair amount of volume on the pattern. The panels here, definitely lane surface hooks here at Concord, so we put a little volume out. Ratio is tight. They still found a way. Bowlers definitely a good field. Open them up, and the scores were big. John makes easy work of that 9-pin. Again, Bock 28 in the second. Johnny now working on a spare in the second, 20 in the first. We had 2 300 games during qualifying. Doug Manhart and Chad Nelson both had 300. At one point, Doug Manhart shot, I think it was 816 through a 3-game stretch to pull into the number at 8th. Johnny missed in there. Fortunate to leave this 4-7. Earlier today I was talking to John as he was bowling the match play. He said he had gone a stretch of 5 out of the first 6 games clean. Definitely helped keep him in it today, as again the scores were high as well today. Not quite as high as yesterday. They did get a little more difficult, a little more touchy overnight, but scores were still high. Home stays clean, 38 in the second, 10-pin lead with a spare in the third.
Good day. Getting there.
Yeah, and you could certainly see, I think, the switch flip yesterday for sure after game 2. Those reading the comments, Andy's referring to Bock having a 134 game 2 yesterday, and game 3 he kind of turned it on and averaged probably close to about 250 for the next 6 games. As we do see him open back-to-back frames there, taking the 2-4 off the 2-4-8. Ends up being the high qualifier. And then today, in the number, out of the number, in the number, out of the number, just out of the number. Shoots 250 his last game to win. Goes from 5th into 3rd. So no secret, he's been struggling a little bit this year. So definitely good to see him back to old form again as he strikes there in the 4th on the left lane. By old form, Brady, I mean old people form. You know, John just a little fast for this right lane. Andy, if you're still watching, I was just past a double secret probation note from Dan, letting me know that this was the pair that Brady practiced on. So urethane says they're pretty tight down lane. I don't know. You can decipher that how you will, Andy. Johnny gets the 9 to trip. All right, well, that open in the 4th for John did even it up a little bit. Dan working on a strike can pull this to within 3 here now. Johnny's got 64 in the 4th with a strike in the 5th. Dan 37 in the 3rd, strike in the 4th. So nope. Little light 4. You can see it does want to kind of labor a little bit down lane. All right, Bock stays or makes easy work of that 4-pin. I mean, 57 in the 4th. They're up in the 5th. Again, Johnny 64 in the 4th with a strike in the 5th. Good shot there, flush. All right, Johnny making a ball change. Looks like Rodman Pearl there. He was throwing the Savage Life. I know he just drilled that not too long ago, about a week ago. Bock is also throwing a new ball. He drilled out the new Halo Pearl. Been throwing that actually through that stretch yesterday, and then where he had the big scores, and then today as well, through most of match play. All right, Johnny squares up a little bit, gets the spare, so we'll keep her at about a 7-pin match right now through 6. Again, the winner of this match will go on to face our number 2 seed, Will Mateffy. Winner of that match go on to meet our number 1 seed, Brady Stearns. Just in a little too much. 2-4-5-7 for John. Either needs to probably find a way to get back to the right somewhere. There is some friction for him. One of John's strengths is definitely being firm with it, so use that to his advantage maybe. Get back to where he had some reaction. Oh no, looks past it. He did switch back to that Savage Life. He did pick up the rod and unfurl, so looks like he's going to go back to that Savage Life, stick with it. Again, hopefully maybe he moves a little right. Find a little more hook. Double for Bock there. That'll put him in the lead for the first time this match. Well, also one of Dan's strengths is to slow that roll down a little bit, hook it a little bit more, open up some angles. Definitely these last two shots, that's what he's done. We'll see what John tries to do here. Another ball change. That's a statement pearl. I don't think that's quite as much. And he definitely is sitting right in where the urethane was when Brady was on this pair practicing to start the day. So that outside's got probably quite a bit of wiggle to it. Johnny leaves the bucket here, 2-4-5-8. Oh, 2-4-8 only. Johnny's at 117 in the eighth. Squared up, pointed it a little bit more at it. Well, carries the Brooklyn. 10 down was needed. Yep, that's exactly it. Finally got to his comfort shape, comfort zone, moved in a little bit, slowed it down a little bit, make sure he's getting all of it. We'll see what the next lane brings. It probably won't be quite a squirrely down lane. We'll see if his strategy changes. That should be 9 spare, Sully, but we have to follow the USBC rules.
I know how McNeil fits now.
Yeah, I heard you say that. Johnny making reference to Matt McNeil on the PBA telecast. He was faced with kind of a similar thing. He didn't have enough rev rate to get urethane to work, and his urethane or his resin wanted to just wiggle down lane in what the other lefties had created with the urethane as a big wiggle spot. So we watch Bock finish out here. String of 6 here to finish, could be 7. 220 max here with a strike. Johnny can max out 177, so Dan Bock will advance. He will meet Will Mateffy in the next match. We'll keep it here to watch Johnny finish up the match.
Oh yeah. Beat my 143 again last time.
On that shot, Sully, it really will be 9 spare. Yeah, that purple pearl is something. All right, 166 for Johnny. Let's slide over one pair here. All right, hang tight with us. I'm going to step away just for a second. They're going to get 2 shots of practice on each lane. Higher seed will then decide to start or finish first. So, a few shots of practice, grab a beverage or whatever, come back and see us in just a couple seconds.
Well, we got this far.
Sully, you can't pull the sleeves off your right shoulder if your shirt's tucked in.
I'm watching.
Hey, you're watching. All right, for those that are just jumping on, this is practice for match number 2. Match number 1 had Dan Bock, who was our number 3 seed, advancing 227 to 166 over John Hommes, our 4 seed. So, looks like practice is over. Will Mateffy, our higher seed, has decided to have Dan Bock start on the left lane. And we are underway, match number 2. that was about right where he was on the last pair, which was a really good look to finish. He finished with the last 7. 4, 6, 10 in front of him here. Looks like maybe a little more hook this pair. Unfortunately, I didn't see practice. I went and grabbed a couple of items of paperwork so I could give some better stats on everything. First and foremost, for those watching at home, Will is not in the Bet You Win, so we did have a $900 carryover going into today. We had another 380 added to that at this weekend's event. And so those of you watching at home, if you didn't get to bowl this one, you are a member or you're planning on bowling next month, you should probably be cheering for Will to win, because that would carry over $1,280 into the Bet You Win for the May tournament. All right, little light 2-pin there. Will qualified 7th yesterday, but he was pretty much at the top of the list until game 7, 8, 9. He went 166, 195, 183. So he came out of the gate strong with 279. He fired a 260 in game 3. So he's had a good look on this pattern all weekend. He has been at the top throughout the match play portion as well. Qualifying scores did not carry over. So he did the same thing today that he did yesterday to get himself back up to the top. Over $2,200 added to this event. $6 from every entry all season long goes into a year-end prize fund. That gives us $2,200 this year that we added to the prize fund. We also do a 1-for-2 cashing ratio. We see Will, another light 2. Fortunate to get the 10 to go out of there. Make for another easy spare here. All right. Yeah, makes easy work of that. All right, we'll see if Bock makes any kind of a move here. Anyways, we have a 1-for-2 cash ratio in the year-end event as well. So we did cash 13 yesterday. Yeah, there's definitely a little more hook to this pair for him. You see, leaves the 3-6 there. So anyways, other cashers just missing the cut, shooting 300 yesterday during qualifying in game number 6. Doug Manhart, he was 200 over. It did take 204. That was John Hommes to make the cut to today's match play. Yeah, all right, Bock makes easy work of that. Chad Nelson, plus 197. Carl Kolzer, plus 176. Nate Waldhauser at 175 over. And the last cashing spot at 13th place, plus 158. Tyler Kleinepier. So cashed 13. And the top 8 made it to today's match play. Moved in a little more, sent it a little wider. Yep, good shot. All right, so Will has gone light 2 on this lane. He followed it up with a very light 2. Lucky to get the 10 out on the left lane in the second frame. So let's see if he can dial in a little bit where he needs to be. Much better shot. Stubborn 10, dead 10. Definitely a better executed shot. Will's throwing an idle pearl this match, so both of these guys have chosen to go with pearl. Oh. Again, definitely, especially from the first match, there's a lot more friction to this pair. I happen to bowl league here at Concord, and pair-to-pair topography is definitely quite a bit different. This is definitely one of the more hooking pairs. Oh. No, 4-7-10. I have seen the 4-10 in a combination by itself or with the 7 picked up about 3 times this weekend, so see if he can either bounce something or slide it over. There we go. Great conversion. After hooking past that 10 pin, leaving that split, little moral victory there. Let's see if Bock makes that same adjustment now on this right lane. Yep, moved in even a little bit more again. This one's, yeah. I don't think he quite had the speed on that one as the last one on the left lane. Big 4. Well, we just talked about it. We just witnessed it. I don't know which way he's going to go at it, but there have been a lot of split pickups. Let's see what he can do. Nope. That'll give Dan 55 in the 4th. Will can with a strike get to 67 in the 4th, so a potential 12-pin lead. A little more speed to that one, yeah, and he's back in the hole on that left lane. I think he just got a little soft on that right lane, a little slow. Much better shot there. For those that maybe weren't with us earlier, we used the 2018 USBC Open Championships doubles and singles pattern. Definitely wasn't a soft pattern, especially if you bowled out in Syracuse. Yeah, a little more speed, in a little bit. Got that 10 to go out that time. Yeah, not an easy pattern by any means if you were out in Syracuse for sure. But here my intent was to give a little extra volume. Very surprised. Scores definitely were extremely high all weekend. So. Cut took plus 204 to get to today's match play, and 158 over to cash. Yep. Will's looking lined up now. He moved in. He added a little speed. That is a 12-pin lead. Bock needs a strike here to keep it at 12. There he kept his speed up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I think he just got soft in the fourth on that right lane. All right, he doubles, keeps that lead for Will to just 12 pins. This has been his good lane, and it stays that way. All right, that's a big three-bagger. Keeps the lead to only 12. We'll need a strike here to actually keep it at 12, otherwise we drop to 2. Right line, yeah, that looked out just a little wide. Yeah, he's got the right idea. He definitely firmed up and moved in. Just a little right of target on that one. 2-8. All right, easy conversion. To those that may have just joined, again, Dan Bock was our number 3 seed. He bowled against John Hommes, the number 4 seed in our first match of the stepladder. Dan struck the last 7 to advance 227 to 166 to get to this point. Bowling against our number 2 seed, Will Mateffy. Winner of this match will advance to our to the finals to meet the number 1 seed, Brady Stearns. Moved in even a little more. Good choice, great shot. And a strike here would actually tie the match. This has been his difficult lane. Oh, he went way right on that one. Oh. All right. Got to make a run at this. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. Super washout. Yep, takes the 3 in the middle. All right, so max for Bock now, 196. He's going to need them all. Put any kind of pressure at all on Bill. Ooh, all right, all right. Gets the 2 to get out of there. 10 only. All right. 186 now, max for Bock. Again, if you're at home, you're a CBA bowler, you're planning on coming out in May, you probably want to be cheering for Will. He is not in the Bet You Win, so that means if he does win, $1,280 would carry over and would be our starting balance in May. 2-8. Same as last time. Little wide. All right, he's got both. That's a big conversion. Again, Bock, 186 max. Will can shut him out here with a fill. There it is. Just keeping on the lane. 2 pins. And he will advance to the finals here to meet Brady Stearns. More than enough. Will Mateffy will advance from the number 2 seed into the final match. We'll keep it here and watch Dan finish up the match. Then we'll move over to the next pair. When we do, Brady will come in. Both players will get 2 shots on each lane to warm up. So if you want to take a restroom break or grab a beverage, this would be a good time to do so. We've got a few minutes here before the next match will start. Our final match will be Brady Stearns versus Will Mateffy for the year-end CBA title. Brady sitting in the number 1 seed. This has definitely wrapped up his first Bowler of the Year award. He was leading points going into this event. This will guarantee him the Bowler of the Year title. Dan and Chad Nelson had flip-flopped winning that title for about the last 9 or 10 years. So some new blood will definitely take over the Bowler of the Year reign as this title match guarantees Brady the Bowler of the Year award. All right, we're going to move over. 2 shots on each lane for each player, and Brady will get to decide who starts and finishes the match. All kinds of people are watching Johnny.
Down there and send you a message.
They were watching you.
I seen him. I was watching. What'd they say in the comments? Nice fair, Johnny? Which one?
Which? What are you talking about? I should go.
Should go up.
closed caption Steve Nava, it's time to come pick me up for golf.
Are you buying for his birthday?
It's time to leave Hopkins and start heading this way.
So tells me to tuck my shirt in.
I told him you can't tuck your shirt in because you can't pull it off your right shoulder when it's tucked in.
Right.
There's not enough slack.
Right.
Be careful, the mic is on though. Don't get another fine.
I already got $5. They're saying that's it.
I worked. I did kill him.
Hmm?
I worked. I did kill him. That was the guaranteed casher. Although your check ends up being better.
But not by much. $450.
My thumb's under the 500. Oh no, you're there.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
4.
450.
That ain't bad. That's like winning 2 MSCs. Jan, you want some fries?
I'll have one. I gotta go play golf. I can't load up on carbs.
You can too if you want.
No, just one. It'll be carb overload. No.
You wouldn't make golf.
Tons of time.
Yeah.
I gotta get the hips to loosen up somehow. Start twisting a little bit. All right, looks like they're done with practice, and looks like Brady has decided to let Will start the match. Championship match. CBA, you're in. Well, he might have moved in, but I think that one got set a little short. Easy 5-10. Well, that was the quietest 5-pin conversion yet. All right, Will still has that outer pearl in his hands. Brady has the purple pearl urethane from Hammer. You'll definitely see a different angle of attack out of this. At the gutter, up the boards, been there most of the weekend. Quietly been around the top most of the weekend. In very Brady ho-hum fashion, qualified third at plus 272. And very consistently ran him down to the number 1 seed into the step ladder today. In a little bit on that left lane. All right, good shot. Good shot. And I think maybe you might have just tried to give that first one a little too much room. Brady's rev rate does allow him to open it up a little bit with that urethane. He still gets down lane recovery, so maybe just a little too much on that right lane. A little wider on that one. Yeah, late 8. And again, Will definitely last match against Bock. Tried to hook it a little bit the first 4-ish frames, somewhere in the 5th or 6th, I think it was. You could see a pretty good sized jump in. He went a little more direct at it and definitely got a lot more firm with it. He's been hovering around the 17.25 mark, miles per hour that is, so definitely very firm, keeping it pretty tight inside. I think he just kind of gave away a little bit too much on that one on the right lane. That was a better shot, definitely, yeah. That was in, but just kept the angle tighter up front. Great shot there. Well, it's a little early, but Randy Peterson would be proud of me if Brady can find a way to strike on the right lane and the left lane. We would have the possibility of a tie. Little loft. There's a double. We're on our way. He gets the 10 to snap out. Thought he might have get that one a little right as well, but there's that 3-bagger. We are all square. Kept that one tighter. Let's see it. Brooklyn for the double, keeps him in it. I think he left that first one a little wide right.
Looks like it's gonna rain.
Did you say it's raining out?
No, it looks like
Looks like rain?
it's gonna to the east.
I just got a notification.
I don't like it.
I don't know.
They can't wreck my tea time. Still think he got that first one in the right lane a little bit wide right. Maybe that second one might have been a pinch in. Let's see if he can find the middle the next time that he's on 28. He does strike on 27, keeping the match all square. It's 2 missed scores, Sully. 2 9 spares on the day. A little off. There we go. Dead flush. Brady's figured out both of them now.
Next weekend?
Sucks. I don't want to miss state. I think it would kill me if I left.
Flat 10. There's no rule on no belt anymore. It's just a fine for a white belt. So it's okay to have no belt. Besides, his shirt was untucked. How could you tell? In the 5th here for Brady. He's got a spare in the 6th. At 69 in the 3rd and a double up for Will. And a washout. Normally that's a $5 fine, but Andy, for you, that'd just be an easy 20. Give it a run. We saw him get the 410 early. Well, he gets the 2 hard ones. All right, well, each player with an open. Brady to start the match. Will here to start the second half of the match. That's classic, Andy. Alright, that looks a little short again. Yeah, in and short. Boy, he's got a pretty fine line. He gets it right, it's definitely not going to get there. He sets it short, and it's Brooklyn. A tight place to be playing. Tony Reese, this is the championship match, buddy. Will was the number 2 seed, Brady the number 1 seed. I'll catch you up to speed. Will is not in the bet you win, so $1,280 would carry forward to May if he wins. Brady has wrapped up the Bowler of the Year award for the first time in a decade, having it not be Chad or Dan. Dan Bock beat John Hommes in the first stepladder match, 227 to 166. And Will Mateffy advanced to the finals by beating Bock 195 to 166. That should catch you up pretty much. Alright, at this point, Brady in the driver's seat. Got a 14-pin lead. 3 frames to go. Gets like 7 to get out. Big double. No doubt about it. Will's going to at least have to pace him here at this point. Starting to run out of frames. Yep. Tight line. Just doesn't have any room there. Very handcuffed. It looked good on the last pair. Probably the best look that he would have had on that last pair, but boy, on this pair, he doesn't have any forgiveness either direction. All right, 144 in the 7th, so you can still 224 max. Brady is going at 230 pace, so oh, 248 10. Well, let's see how many he can get out of this. Again, he did get the 4-10, 4-7-10 last match. Well, 199 now would be the max for Will. Brady with 138 in the 6th, a double in the 7th and the 8th. Keep it on the lane. Yep, another good shot, you bet. Brady Stearns will be your 2018-19 CBA year-end winner. Again, Brady wraps up Bowler of the Year this year. First time, again, in about a decade that it hasn't been either Chad Nelson or Dan Bock. So it is nice to see some new blood taking over and being competitive. $2.5 insignificant at this point. Well, unfortunately, that does mean $640 of the $1,280 will get paid out, but we will have a starting jackpot of $640 to get the season started next month. Next month in May, we are on Saturday. I believe it's the 18th. I don't have the calendar in front of me, but Saturday. And in June, also the third Saturday, day before Father's Day. So instead of being on Father's Day, we will go the Saturday before or day before Father's Day. And then in July, we will go back to our normal Sunday, third Sunday. That'll be at Sunray. June at Flaherty's. May, Texatonka. Wait, hold on. May, Flaherty's. June, Texatonka. .235, 188, your final. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations, Brady. Hope to see everybody next month.